Assalamu alaikum everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of MSA for the 4th weekly event of Muslim Student Association, Alhamdulillah. So today we were joined by Dr. Iman Rashid, and he will be sharing his amazing knowledge with us about herbal medications. He did his master's and PhD from University of Baghdad, and he with major of biology. In his masters, he worked with extensively with the palm trees, but in his PhD towards the herbal remedy. He served as a professor in University of Baghdad for many years, and he shared his knowledge, amazing knowledge with them, with the students. He is involved working with herbal medicine since more than, mashallah, 20 years. And today he will be sharing this amazing knowledge with all of us. The basic is like herbal medication, but with a more focus of cupping therapy. And its relevance with Islam, inshallah. Thank you so much.
Today, inshallah, the scientific approach to the Tib Nabawi. This is cupping, how it works. Hijama, you know, it meaning sucking. Hajama meaning suck. In the past, they used any cup or horn. So they put a fire in it with a little bit of a piece of cloth, fire, and put it inside, and put it directly on the area where you would like to make a dry cupping. So when it burns, you know, the oxygen will be depleted and become a vacuum. Then they use the glass later. And also, if you see the plastic now, we use these plastics to do hijama for wet hijama, which is al-hijama al-ratiba in Arabic. The question is, why this area? We'll be coming to that. And is it recommended to get a lot of blood like this? This is one of the mistakes. This is mine. This is how I do it. And this is what I found. Now, we know about the skin. The first millimeter is the area we are working in. Almost 1 millimeter, probably a little bit thicker or maybe less, depending on what kind of skin you have in your back. These are the epidermis, and then the dermis, and then the hypodermis or subcutaneous. And then stratum lucidum, they are all thick and stiff stuff. And then this one is the area where the production of new squamous cells to get outside. The area there is melanocytes that may give us the color of our skin, and the Merkel cells that's for sensors, and Langerhans for protection, just like the immune system. And every 30 days, we renew our skin. Every 30 days, new skin will be started. So this is the area we have to be very cautious, digging deeper. The nerve cells, or that is what we call sensors of pain, or then it started to screaming. So it hurts. And this is the area where we have to stop. We don't have to be deeper cutting. And you see, this is the dermis. We are working in this area. So all the cut should be doing like this. Don't touch blood vessels under the dermis. So this is how we do the hijama. See, this is the area, and this is the knife coming like that. This is the correct. Don't touch a lot of, because when you cut it, you got the signal. If you deep and cut, then you got a lot of blood. Maybe the good blood, we would like to keep it, not to shed it without. So this is wrong to do deeper. There is you know, everywhere in our body there is veins and arteries. Arterioles and venules. In our back, where the heart is, all the veins, let me show you, So what's the blood also? What's the containing of the blood? There is a plasma and 90% of water, and then the many different substances like proteins and other, and three main, which is erythrocyte and the leukocyte and thrombocyte. This is the neck, and this is the shoulder. This is the area. This is the heart. Okay, so over the heart, between the two shoulders, just like this triangle, where the blood comes from all the body, from head, from all collected in these two major cava veins, and to come to atrium, right atrium. Okay, this is the area. So during the stagnation moments, during the day or even during the month, we're going to talk about the month. This blood became much more slower. So when we suck the skin, dead corpuscles, which red blood cells, their age just like 2 weeks to 1 month. So 6 weeks, 2 weeks to 6 weeks, and the red blood die. If they die, then they're not functioning. No oxygen, no CO2. What they do? They became viscid. And when they became viscid, thick, they're going to be cloud. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make in our body kind of mechanism to get rid of these dead blood corpuscles. They sent to spleen, الطحال, and then there they all the processes to break down the benefits of recycling the hemoglobin and the proteins in that corpuscles. But sometimes we are working a lot, we are studying a lot, our minds, we eat sometimes toxins, we don't know what is it, just like a small pack of chips or one can of Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola. You know how much toxins in it? You cannot imagine. I don't want to scare you, so this is another story. So the body collects these toxins and still circling in the blood, trying to get rid of it. They send it to kidney or to liver or even to the skin as a sweat. If it is not, then as tears with eyes. If it is not, then as a sputum to get rid. So these are the 5 major things to get rid of the toxins in body. What if it is not? Even these 5 couldn't take the toxins from our body. Then it will be associated with the dead corpuscle cells, with the red cells. When they are associated, it became very dangerous to keep it run and over. Probably one day it kills you or make you sick. That's why hijama comes to when hijama comes to get rid of this thick, viscid, and good blood, or in Arabic they said fasid. So they started to use this word fasid, meaning bad. This is a term from before Islam even. So here's how I start hijama. And this is the area we talk about. First, we did the dry hijama, not the wet hijama. I choose 3 points. This is the scientific that from my biological view, I accept it. You see, just like a bouncing, the blood being being sucked under the skin became very close to the dermis. That's what we wanted to be there. So then we took the cups. Then we start to make a minor cuts. Minor cuts, just like you hand a piece of paper, very sharp, the end of the paper, and cut your hand. So that's how the blood started to come out from these areas. And see, it started to accumulate. Maybe some are gonna arguing every blood when you got cut, there is a thrombocyte. That's meaning gonna make a clot. So it's a clotting naturally or clotting normally. So Well, you are saying it is corpuscles or whatever. Actually, the cut should be stopped. As long as there is sucking, the blood's still coming. So the time for being a clot is not enough. You have to get rid of the cups or the sucking. If the blood stops coming, then yes, that's the thrombocytes works and prevent the bleeding. There's an argument about hijama because it's under sucking, so the wounds will never be clotted, and the blood will keep coming without being clotted. Clots happens always outside the body or at the sharp or the end of the wounds. Yeah. So this is very thick. See how thick it is? Just like gel. This is the second one. This is what I told you about. It's very thick. Now we use rubbing alcohol to sensitize the wounds and make it. So you see, after that, after we did the alcohol, this is going to be clotting. Now, this is the normal clotting going to be happening right now. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions.
3 questions in terms of the hijama.
Yeah.
First one, how often can you do it?
There are 2 kinds of hijama. Hijama sunnah, just like because the Prophet ﷺ recommended, we are do it just as a sunnah, to get rewards, to get ajr. And the second hijama is to cure. It's methods of dealing with the illnesses, just like bad allergies, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, many illnesses. I'm not gonna. So how many times I use it? What do you mean by which one? The illnesses or the prophetic sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What do you like to do? If the prophetic, then I recommended it twice a year, in the beginning of spring, in the beginning of autumn or fall. That's the great 2 times to be prepared for winter and for summer. This is for normal person who is not got any sick. But if there is a sickness, no, we can do it as long as we need it.
How do you know that you need it?
It's depending on the condition. You know, sometimes some women, they cannot conceive easily, or they have a bad problems in hormones, and some. So to help them to get rid of these problems, we're gonna use hijama in a specific time, according to hormones and something like that. So that's why we have to know what's the diagnosis, and then we started to treat it.
After completing the hijama, do you feel different?
Yep, this is the question. If you are a normal person, you're gonna feel these 2 things, and that's definitely everybody experience it. The second day, you'll wake up much more easily. Your mind just like pure and cure. How it works, I don't know. Probably when you get rid of these bad corpuscles in your body, maybe the heart being relaxed more during the sleep. I don't know, but it works like that. And they feel just like they are not sick, but they are smoker. You know the smoker who smoke a lot of toxins and nicotine. When they make hijama, they feel much more healthier. They feel energizing. They become very, very strong and active. Active mind. Active mind. Yes.
Okay, so there's this treatment where they put leech on your skin. Does it use the same logic?
No. In the Sina, talk about leech. He said you don't use leech if you have hijama. If you have hijama, it's much better. Why? You know the leech, they have kind of enzymes to prevent clotting after, just like puncturing the skin, and secrete kind of enzymes will last for, as I remember, maybe 3 to 4 hours, and the wound will never stop bleeding, even if you take the leech. Yeah, and you know how it works.
For the same reasons. But it's done for the same reasons.
Before Islam, yes, but when Ibn Sina described it, he said no, do not do it until you have very hard and very thick blood, which is extra blood. Yeah.
What should you avoid consuming and avoid doing after?
Yeah, when you come to hijama, please do not eat at least 3 or 4 hours, let's do hijama on empty stomach. Yeah, that will help a lot to let the blood free, not being accumulated around the lung.
جزاك الله خير.